Welcome to Level Up Tribes. Level Up Tribes provides resources to help you attain the necessary resources to level up your mind, body, and soul and realize your full potential. It is about exploring, learning, providing you with the tools from the experts for you to create a better version of yourself. I am your host, Agnes Goodwine, and welcome, Tribes. In this episode, Tutor Mentor Coordinator Jayne of Arizonans for Children joins me to talk about foster children across Maricopa County who are in need of a mentor. Jeff uses his passion and firsthand experience to share with the audience about the benefit and fulfillment of being a mentor for children in foster care. With Arizonans for Children, it only takes 8 hours a month to make a difference in the life of a child in foster care. Let's learn more about this great organization. Welcome, Jeff, to Level Up Tribe Podcast.
Thank you, Agnes. It's great to be with you today.
Awesome. I'm so excited for everyone to know what the great things that Arizonans for Children is doing here in Maricopa County. Tell us about the mission and core values of Arizonans for Children.
Okay. The mission here is to facilitate opportunities that provide effective solutions to alleviate hardships and improve the fragile lives of the abused, abandoned, and neglected children in foster care. And our core values is that we believe in a safe family for every child. We operate with integrity, and we strive for excellence in all that we do.
I understand that as of January of 2019, over 14,500 children are in foster care in Arizona. Have those numbers decreased or increased since then?
Well, if we're going to count the adult children, the ages 18 to 21 children, then there's a slight reduction. Looking at numbers from 0 to 17, which is 13,394 children reported as of July 2019 from the DCS website. If we include the 846 additional children who are the adults 18 to 21, there's been about a 260 children reduction in that number.
Why is that Arizona is leading the nation in the number of children in group homes or shelter care?
Now, this is the big question. I've heard a number of times people are always saying, Arizona leads, we have the most kids. I went on to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services on their Children's Bureau website page, and I'd seen this page before, but something kind of jumped out to me. Everyone's saying that we're leading, but when I look on this page, Arizona only has 15,031 kids as of fiscal year of 2017. But if you look at California has 51,869, Florida 24,000, New York 19,000, Texas 32,000. So if the question is specific to children in group homes and shelter care, well, those numbers have to be even higher than our numbers for Arizona. If one state has 51,000, there has to be more kids in group homes and in shelters than in Arizona. So I think it's just one of those statements that's thrown out there a little bit to increase the need to really push the vision of supporting these children.
Right. Well, just this morning, I was kind of browsing through the news, and there was actually 2 articles. One was on YourValley.com, and it has that Arizona has the 11th most underprivileged children in foster care. So it's, going back to that question, there are some articles that says, well, Arizona is the leading, but then you get other articles that says, well, we're the 11th. So which one is it, Another article that I saw this morning under acfamily.com that said that according to Child Crisis Arizona, that kids that age out, I guess I'm 18 years old. Is that what that means? Like one out of 5 are homeless.
Yeah, it's very sad.
Yes. So I wanted to ask you before we get to the other questions. Here in Arizona for Children, what's the cap of age?
Well, we don't really cap it per se. So the child has the option when they turn 18. If they want to continue receiving the supports that the state provides, they can stay in up to at least 21 years, but they have to sign a voluntary agreement saying, okay, we'll stay in care, we'll follow the guidelines, we'll do what the state wants us to do, which is usually going to be they have to have a job or they need to be going to continued education. So if they meet those requirements, they can stay in facilities that the state provides. They'll have their shelter, they'll have their food. But a lot of those children, as you reference, a lot of them just are ready to be done with the system. They're ready to be done with that experience, that part of their life. They leave out. Sometimes they don't have any foundation that they're leaving to. So a lot of them do end up homeless. Where did they go? No one's adopted these children. Where did they go? No one's wanted them. Where did they go? So yeah, that 1 in 5, that's very likely and sad that a lot of these kids don't have anyone to turn to, and they decide, okay, I'm done with this. I can finally live my life how I want to, and it doesn't always pan out very well.
How did you find the opportunity to work for Arizonans for Children? How did that come about?
Well, for a number of years prior to coming here, we had connected together. We had done an annual event for the children, like a carnival. And it came to one point with my previous employment where I knew, okay, it was time to move on. And I took a walk one day, and I was just thinking, okay, I know I'm moving on. I don't know where I'm going yet. But then I just kind of felt on the inside that there's 2 people I need to call and just say, hey, I'm moving on. I don't know what I'm doing yet. But I just wanted to let you know. And the first person I called was Kay McCarthy. And right off the bat, she's like, are you saying you're looking for a job? I got something for you. And I didn't even know what it was, but I just felt like if there's one person that I should tell that because of our relationship, because of the networking that we had done together with my last job and with Arizonans for Children, I knew, okay, this is where my heart is. And I just threw it out there. Didn't even say I was looking for a job. Just said, I don't know what I'm doing yet. And she offered it. I didn't know what it was. I took it, and now I'm here.
That's awesome. And Jeff, I know this is a tough career to be in. Like, what makes you smile when you think of your profession?
Well, first I want to tell you what doesn't make me smile. And I know you didn't ask this, but sometimes what doesn't make me smile is going and interviewing these kids and hearing the heartache that they've gone through, even though they don't really say a lot. But you pick up on these little things. But what makes me smile is then when I show back up at these houses with these kids, and now I have a mentor, now I have somebody who's volunteering their time, they're not getting paid, they want to come and be in this child's life to kind of pick them up and help them to get where they want to go, when a lot of other people is not showing up in their life. The people who do show up are getting a paycheck.
Yes.
And they get treated that way as well. They get treated like a client, but our mentors show up and they treat them like a child. They treat them like a friend. Let's go hang out for a little bit. So what makes me smile is when I show up to these houses, and like happened a couple of weeks ago, a kid runs across the house from the kitchen to the front door, comes up to his mentor with a big old smile, and then he says, I've waited 2 months for this day.
Oh.
Now, sadly, a lot of kids have waited longer than 2 months, but to see the joy in a kid's face, knowing that his wait is over, he has someone that is going to consistently show up in his life. And that's what these kids need, is someone to show up. That's what makes me smile, is just to see these kids' faces when the wait's over. Now they have somebody who's going to be there in their life to support them.
Tell us about the programs available at Arizonans for Children Center.
The majority of our programs stem from our visitation center. Aside from the mentoring program, we have a lot of volunteers that will come in during the week, and they'll bring their talents and their abilities, and they'll do a class here for the children. Like on Wednesdays, we have a lady that comes in. She calls herself Bling Master Daphne. She'll come in and bring in all of her cases, and inside these cases is all just little beads, and the families come running down the hallway to make jewelry and necklaces and bracelets together as a family. That's one example. Other people come in and do different crafts. Some will come in and do reading. So we can accommodate a volunteer's talents and abilities. Some people want to do dance, and so they'll come in and do a little dance class with the kids here. So we have different opportunities, but they are dependent upon a person to come in and facilitate it. Okay. And then, of course, there's the mentor tutor program, which volunteers are needed for that.
And now that we have a good idea of what Arizonans for Children Center does, let's talk about the mentoring program. Please explain what's required to be a mentor.
Okay. The first thing that we want to look at is an age thing. We need someone to be of a responsible age. So we ask for the volunteer to be at least 21 years and older. They're going to need to pass a background check, our screening process involving references, of course, the background check, and then a training video. You need to have reliable transportation. The fact is, these kids want to get out of the house for a few hours. If you're stuck in a group home and this is your visit with a mentor for a few hours, it's not the same as you get to ride in the front seat. And you get to go somewhere, and you get to feel special and important, and you might even get to change the radio, or you might be able to roll down the window. So you need that transportation. These kids want to get out, and you also need to make a 1-year commitment minimum to that child so that they can build that trust, so that they know that in time, when they're ready, they can open up and share those things that have hurt them in the past, and they can confide in you. And so that 1 year is really critical. And the best part is you need to have a heart for kids. If you don't love kids, this is not for you.
Yes. And the 8 hours a month?
Yes, 8 hours a month, which is a minimum too. We have one mentor who's phenomenal. For months, she was doing 40 hours a month with just her one child.
Wow.
And it was humbling. But yeah, so it works with your schedule. What are you available for? If you can go above 8, that's great. These kids are going to love it. Some of them are begging for it. Some of them are saying, can you get me more? Can you get me more? And they want to get out. They want to be a kid. They want to have fun. But yes, 8 hours a month is just the minimum.
I know I have to speak about my experience with Arizonans for Children because I've been mentoring one young girl for 3 years now, and I absolutely love her. And I have always mentored kids over 18, but I was very afraid when I saw your post about mentoring kids and volunteering, I'm like, I've never mentored young kids, especially kids in the foster system. So I was a little bit afraid about that. But these kids are full of life. Yeah. They are full of love, and they want that love. You know, they want to experience, because a lot of them don't experience a lot of things that a normal kid would. And just sharing those activities with them, it gives you life. And it has given me life for the past 3 years. And I cannot say it enough to please, if you're looking for an organization that you can actually make change, Arizonans for Children is actually the organization for you. It only takes 8 hours. And I'm not going to take enough time, Jeff, because I get so excited about mentoring my mentee. And so...
Well, I want to jump in really quick, kind of with what you were just saying. Something I did years ago, I was working with a youth group. And one night, instead of going with a regular program for that night, I asked the group of probably about 30, 40 kids, I said, how many of you this week have not had a hug or an I love you from your family, from your parents this week? Half of those kids raised their hand. And these weren't foster kids. These were kids in loving family homes. How much more so are these kids in group homes? Are they getting that hug each day, that I love you? I made it a habit with my first kid that at the end of my visit, I'm giving him a hug. His father was in prison. He didn't have a male figure in his life giving him any appropriate touch. Group homes can't do that. So it's really critical that, we do show up and we do give our best to these kids.
Yes. And how can we help? How can the community help? What types of donations are needed? Where can donations be made?
The first thing is we do have our annual party coming up, our Christmas party for the kids. So we have our Christmas list. And then there's supplies that are needed for running the center as effectively as we can. As far as the Christmas, though, we're looking for things like skateboards, basketballs, girls' sundries, jewelry, Barbie dolls, rolling suitcases. And that might sound strange, rolling suitcases. Well, some of these kids, because they're in care, they get moved around a lot. And they don't always have bags that's easy to put all their stuff in really quick before they get moved again. They don't get like 5 hours. Okay, well, why don't you take your time packing up? A lot of times it's get in and you got to get going. So we do ask for suitcases. Now, to deliver these gift items and supplies and presents, we have 2 volunteer visitation centers where those items can be dropped off, one in Mesa and then here at our Central Phoenix location, 11th Avenue and Camelback. Okay.
Is there anything else that you want to add or discuss that perhaps we didn't touch on today?
The biggest thing I could ask for is help spread the word. There's so many kids. We have 100 kids that are waiting right now. We can't reach all the potential great candidates out there. We need a little help. So if there's any way you can share, post, take a flyer to work, put it up there, just talking about the need would really help us. We want to get these kids taken care of. Now, the fact is we'll get a few of them taken care of, and then we'll get applications for more kids. So it seems like the number never changes. Okay. But we just need help finding these kids the support they need.
Okay. And please provide the center's website and any information where listeners can either contact you directly or find you on social media to sign up as a mentor or in case they want to donate to the center.
Okay. And our website is Arizonans. So just add that NS to the end of Arizona, Arizonans for Children. And 4 is not the number, it's FOR, ArizonanSforChildren.org. And to find our social media, it's the same method. Just look for Arizonans for Children.
Okay. And you post regularly, right, about the mentoring program?
We do post regularly, especially whenever we go out for a child to meet their mentor the first time. We're going to put that picture out there, and then at the same time say we have more kids, and we'll take pictures of our volunteer at the centers, and then from time to time we'll try to get on those Facebook group pages and put the need out there as well.
Okay. Well, thank you, Jeff, for allowing me to be here today and talk about this awesome organization, and everything that you do is really appreciated.
Thank you so much, Agnes. It's great to share with you today.
Thank you for listening. Please visit the website at www.leveluptribes.com, and please subscribe to the podcast and share with your family and friends. Be sure to tune in to our next episode. Catch you all next time, my beloved tribes.